I get it, okay? Look. I know what you're thinking, okay? I know. You don't even gotta tell me, alright? I already know what you're thinking. Yes, I got a haircut. Thank you for noticing. So, I finally did it. I've been clean shaven in nearly 4 years. And even before then, like, in 2014, as soon as I turned 18 years old, I started growing out a beard, and occasionally I would shave it, and thank God I didn't show my face in videos back then until I was like 22, because it was not a good look. I'll put some pictures on screen, like, yeah, nah. Like, quite often, I'll get people talking to me who are quite young, like 18, they're like, man, I want to grow a beard like yours. And it's like, man, you gotta have patience, because I tried when I was 18, it looked terrible. I realize that the title of this video probably comes across as like really overdramatic, but I'm making you a promise right now that nothing I say in this video is over-exaggerated. Because this whole journey of growing out a beard really did change my life. Not in like the biggest of ways, it didn't turn my life completely around and set me in a new direction, but it made some really significant changes that I'm carrying with me still to this day, and I will continue to do so. And I thought it's just a fun thing to talk about. At first, I should probably talk about why I shaved. I know some of you are like really attached to the beard. You comment on it every fucking video. I was doing dry July, which, if you don't know, is when you give up drinking for an entire month. I work in the alcohol industry. Drinking is kind of part of my job. So it was kind of a big deal to be doing that for a month. And I always told myself, if I'm going to shave my beard, when I'm going to, because I was planning on doing it at some point, I don't want to feel like I can't get rid of it, you know? It's kind of freeing to finally get rid of it and be like, you know, people were telling me, you know, don't do it. I'm like, fuck, I can do what I want. You know, it's my face. And it feels good to know that, I don't know, I've done it. I don't feel too attached to it. But the reason why I did it was because I wanted to raise money for charity. So we ended up raising about $1,200, just over, I think. Yeah, over $1,200 for 4 different New Zealand-based charities that all work with different sort of fields of cancer and whatnot. So it was a good cause, and I said I would do it, so I finally did it. We're in September now, but I finally shaved. Good, thankfully, like, we have to wear masks again in New Zealand, so I can just kind of get this going, and then I look kind of the same as I did before. Now, when I initially started growing a beard, when I was 18 years old, part of it was because I wanted to prove that I could. You know, being in high school, you're not allowed to grow a beard here. It might depend on like where you live, it could be different. But here in my school I was going to, we weren't allowed. Teachers would actually threaten to shave our faces if we grew out facial hair, and in some cases they kind of did. I don't know, it might have been an empty threat, but I feel like they walked around with like clippers and shit, and like, we're gonna shave that stash off, buddy boy. But I wanted to see if I could grow out a beard, first of all, because I've always looked super young, and I was like, man, I kind of want to look a bit older, a little bit more masculine, you know? But the biggest reason why I started really growing it out and like long, wasn't because I wanted to take care of how I looked and I wanted to look good. It was the opposite. I didn't care. I wasn't taking proper care of myself. I got lazy. I couldn't be bothered shaving anymore. I was in a really bad part of my life, just dealing with just a lot of family stuff and everything going on. Some of it I've touched on in the most recent video, actually, around that time. My father was quite ill, and just, there was a lot going on. I was in a really bad relationship, and I stopped taking care of myself. And through my laziness, I started growing a beard, and it looked terrible. I looked like a homeless dude. Like, it was just big, like homeless Jesus. I started growing out my hair as well. Same thing. I didn't care enough to cut it. I didn't care enough to put effort into how I looked. I didn't care about myself, and so I just let all of this grow out. And really, it wasn't until like early 2018, I came across this photo on Reddit, like r/beards, the beard subreddit, and I saw the picture on the left, and I was like, oh, I can kind of see like my beard in that. And then I saw the picture on the right, and I was like, damn! Like, if he can make that kind of transformation, maybe I can too. Like, through just putting in a bit of work into how you look and shaping what you've already grown out, you can make some cool shit happen and, like, actually make yourself look presentable. Like, I compared it to, I was looking at that photo, and then I thought of a photo I'd taken of myself at a wedding. Like, this is me at a wedding. And I thought that I looked great because I've got this big beard. I look at it now, And like, well, I mean, like, it's good that I felt great at the time, that I thought, you know, that's cool. But you know, like, you get a haircut, and then a few months later, you look at the picture of the haircut, and you're like, what was I thinking? Now, that's how I feel about this picture. Like, I was not presentable at all at, like, a wedding of all places. So I took a trip to the barber, and was like, this is kind of what I want to do. I want to try just trimming it up, doing it a little bit, and I think it ended up looking a bit like this. I'm just going to see if I can hopefully, when I say this and point in random directions, I'm hoping I actually have photos to back it up still. But I started putting some effort into it. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. I started reading about beard oils. I know it seems like a really hipster thing. That's what I said as well. Like, I'm not going to buy beard oils. I'm a manly man. I don't do this hipster stuff. But honestly, like, think about it, right? You put effort into how you look with your head hair. You get haircuts, shampoo, conditioner. Why not do the same with your face if you're going to be growing out your hair? It makes sense, right? You groom up here, you groom down there maybe as well. Why not groom here as well? And yeah, I get, once again, it can be it can seem a little weird from the outside, but that's how I look at it. It wasn't to be some weird wanky hipster. It was just, I want to look good and I want to feel good. And so I started making my own beard oils. I bought a couple from some companies, like, this is cool. I looked at the ingredients and how to make it, and I just started making my own, and I've been making my own for years now. Good way to save money, actually. And it's also just, it's addictive, because another way that growing a beard sort of changed my life, and this is sort of like the start of these little things, these habits I picked up from growing a beard. First of all, it got me really into, like, skincare. Now, you may not know, but the way that your beard grows out, like the hair in your beard, it's the complete opposite to the hair on your head. So if you don't wash your hair for a week, what happens to it? It gets greasy, it gets oily, because the natural skin oils, it's called sebum, S-E-B-U-M, start growing in excess, and just basically, it's healthy for your hair, but it doesn't feel or look nice, because you look like an oily, sweaty mess. Your beard does the opposite. It gets dry, it gets brittle. The skin underneath, you can get dandruff on your chin, like they call it beardruff, if you don't like moisturize and take care of it. And that's what oils and butters and stuff do. They're essentially like the equivalent of like conditioning your hair, right? You're conditioning your face and like moisturizing it. Beard oil is not just for the hair, it's for the skin underneath. And so like that process of making my own products was kind of addictive, and so I started using it on like my arms and stuff, like making oils and butters you can use on other parts for moisturizing, and just started taking better care of myself. Keep in mind, the reason why I started growing a beard is because I didn't care about how I took care of myself. And then now I was finally starting to, and it started with the beard, really. I shaved the beard, and I was like, oh, I like trimmed it, and I was like, okay, maybe I should get a haircut and put effort into these other areas. And then taking care of yourself is actually, once again, it's addictive. It's like a snowball effect. It just gets bigger and bigger. You start taking care of different parts of yourself. I started going to the gym. I signed up for the gym for the first time in 2018. Never signed up for a gym before. I was like 22 years old, I think, at that point. 21, 20, yeah, around there. And it started, once again, because of that snowball effect, how I just wanted to take care of myself. And I'm still going to the gym, going strong to this day. Not as consistently as I would like, and I'm working on it, but it was a huge step for me, stepping foot in a gym, committing to one. Like, that was huge. Another big difference that growing a beard out has made for my daily life was getting compliments. Like, men, we don't really receive compliments, do we? Like, women tell each other, you look gorgeous, you look beautiful. You see them, like, commenting on the different photos and social media and stuff. Like, you look gorgeous. No, you look gorgeous. Stop it. We don't get that. No one stops and goes, hey, Tyler, you're looking handsome as today, dude. You're looking suave. You're looking, oh, like, nobody says that shit. But when you grow out, like, a respectable beard, a lot of people comment on it. So, mostly, it's actually guys as well. Like, when do guys compliment other guys? It doesn't happen. Nobody says to another dude, man, you're looking fucking good today. Nobody says that to another dude. But when it's like a beard, someone come along and be like, bro, that's a mean beard. I wish I could grow a beard like that. Or someone else who also has a big beard is like, hey, respect, man. Like, it sounds really superficial, but it's so nice when you don't, all your whole life, you don't hear those kind of compliments. You don't hear it. And then suddenly, you're getting all this like positive attention, and mostly from other dudes. Like I know it's not what you want to hear. Any guys out there looking to grow a beard, you probably don't want to hear me say that it's mostly guys you get attention from, but it's true. You will mostly get attention from other guys. Some girls also are like, man, that's an awesome beard, or they're like, can I touch it? And I'm like, did you wash your fucking hands? But like, yeah, that attention is kind of addictive in and of itself. Not in a narcissistic way, but it's like, I've made friends that way. I've been a regular customer at places, and I'll like talk about it, be like, hey Tyler, the beard's looking fucking sweet today. I went to like Subway not long ago. This is just like the most recent example. I just worked out at the gym, was feeling tired, didn't feel like talking, and the guy started being like, man, that's a sweet beard. And I was like, thanks, dude. Like, if you hadn't initiated that conversation with me like that, I wouldn't have talked to you. I'd have been like, oh, I want this, I want that, and then I would have left. But it's like, bro, that's a mean beard. It just got us talking. And I was actually like, I wouldn't say like a close mate, but like I enjoy that interaction when I go to like Subway and I see him now. And I was like, dude, like I made like a friend there, and it all started with just like a conversation about that. It's a conversation starter. And another thing that ties into that is, like, first of all, never really received compliments, especially from like other dudes, really, about how I look. Another thing is, like, I'm a very small guy. I'm a tiny man, okay? The name Colossal Kiwi, it's an inside joke when I was like 13. It's basically a nickname like Colossal Kiwi. It's like calling a bald guy Curly, you know? It's an ironic nickname because I'm a tiny person. I'm not colossal in the slightest. Always like the shortest dude at school. Still am. I'm tiny. I'm like 5'5", and that's fine. It's never affected my confidence. It's never affected my dating life or anything. But with that being said, I've never known what it felt like to have another man envy me because of a feature that I had that was deemed as manly. There are guys who talk to me who are like big fucking muscly guys, but they can't grow facial hair. And to them, they're like, oh man, I wish I could grow a beard, you know, because that's like a manly thing. I wish I could grow a beard like yours. And I'm like, this is a weird feeling. Like, I've never had a guy say to me, man, I wish I had that manly feature you have. Because I would think that about other guys, like, man, that dude, like his physique, like, he's huge, I wish I could be like that, or, but, like, it was just a new feeling. It was bizarre. And once again, it's not like I needed to hear this, right? I'm a very confident person. I'm very proud of who I am, but it's weirdly nice to kind of to feel that way. Like, God, like I've kind of got something that other people envy, which it's kind of cool. But yeah, to summarize, the ways in which growing a beard has changed my life are it encouraged me to take good care of myself. My hair, my body, going to the gym, it started that snowball effect, and I'm physically the healthiest I've ever been. I used to be really severely underweight, like really bony, really skinny. I wasn't even heavy enough to donate blood when I was an adult. I was 18 years old, under 50 kgs, like well under. I wasn't super unhealthy, but you know, I'm certainly so much healthier now. And that started, I know it sounds crazy, but it started with growing a beard and getting addicted to that feeling of taking care of yourself. It also complements positive attention, a boost of confidence. Generally, I feel better. I felt at the time that I looked better as well, and I just generally had more confidence. And it started conversations. It made me more of a distinctive looking human being. This short dude walking around with a big ginger beard. I'm a pretty recognizable regular customer at places and whatnot, and I've made really good friends, not just because I have a beard, but it kind of helped me stand out, look more distinctive, and for now, I think I'm going to just stay clean shaven for a little while. It's already kind of growing back a little bit, but I want to stay clean shaven for a little while, and then when I'm growing it back out, I want to try some different styles. Just the mustache might look a bit creepy. Who knows? You got to try. So maybe I'll do that for Movember. But man, this has been a fun journey. Growing a beard, taking care of it, and shaving it. Getting into like shaving and stuff as well. Yeah. I don't want this video to drag on too long, but this has been a big part of my life, so I just kind of wanted to share it. I thought maybe there's some lessons you can take away from it. If you are a guy out there who's wanting to grow a beard, and you want some advice, maybe you want some tips for growing a beard and whatnot, let me know. Maybe that could be like a separate video, you know, my top tips, advice for growing a beard, what products you should purchase, what you shouldn't purchase. You don't need to spend a lot of money. Some people will tell you need to buy this, 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 and this. I've narrowed it down pretty much to 5 things. Like, there are 5 things you need to do. 3 of those, I think, involve purchasing stuff. It's pretty simple. And if you are growing out a beard, you want it to look better, like, same thing. There's just a couple of things that you need. That's it. But yeah, let me know if you want to hear more about this kind of content. I know it feels weird. I'm going to get back to making gaming content soon. I'm just starting to look back into Dying Light 2 news and stuff like that, so I think I'm going to do a live stream pretty soon, just catching up on all the Dying Light 2 news. So, feels good just to be making content. And the support on the last video was amazing. If anyone's wondering how I'm doing personally, how I'm feeling great, man. Feeling great and feeling like I really just want to make some videos, even ones like this. So I just sit down and just talk about something that's on my mind. Feels good. So thank you for all the support, and let me know if you want to know more about growing a beard, or you just want me to talk about this topic more, some advice. Now I'm repeating myself, so gotta stop talking. Alright? See you guys.